Hello and welcome to a new flying video with a brand new setup. I know it's looking very white behind me, but in the upcoming weeks this will fill with a little bit of color. Today we talk about the flying Amazon merch earnings for February, and of course we also talk about the new price cap for shirts and hoodies on European marketplaces, and we also talk about potential tier ups for lower tiers that maybe happened. To be honest, most messages and updates that Amazon merch wrote over the month and years are most of the times positive. Sometimes it's a little bit twisted. There are positive, there are negative aspects. But with the 12th of March 25, there was a change, a new update that, I have to say it's really a bummer. It is just not good. You can see and read here that the maximum prices, so the price cap, was put down for the standard t-shirt in Germany and also for all the pullover hoodies on European marketplaces, I think, except Spain. And this basically means that many sellers who sell in Europe have their best sellers, I don't know, at 19.99 for example, at the shirt put down to 17.99 max, and of course pullover hoodies that you could price like 34.99 or 36.99 with 5 or 6 euros royalties were put down and limited to around about 32.99, making the profit like 2 till 2.6 euros, something around this. And Amazon says that they are doing this to increase conversion rate. I mean, maybe now a few MBA products perform better against FBA products, so normal products on Amazon itself. But of course, the biggest part are basically Amazon merch sellers competing against Amazon merch sellers, and when all the prices are put down to the same amount, then of course the advantage from the higher conversion rate is close to nothing. I mean, a few products, a few sellers will profit from it, but most sellers will just lose earnings. You have to say it like this. So if you sell on the European marketplace, we do, and we do very good compared to others, and in relation to how strong the US market is. It is just not good. So when we see here the standard t-shirt has now this price cap, 17.99 with 270 royalties. I mean, it's still something, or I also read already a lot of people who said they will turn down the ads or turn it completely off. I mean, at the end, it could work out, when everybody turns off ads or everybody turn down the ads to a certain amount, then the profit would basically stay the same, or could even be a little bit higher. But of course there are also or always outliers who are here to push, and push certain products, certain niches, and of course they will drive the ad costs probably to a relatively similar level to what it is now. And we have to see how it turns out with the ads. Of course, what we will do is we will evaluate, and of course we will also turn down our ads. We won't turn it off at this point, but we will also turn it down. And maybe even worse than the standard t-shirt, of course, this is the biggest product and sold the most, but the hoodies, the pullover hoodie it is, was also taken down enormously. Here you see the new price limits. I think for Spain, for Spain you can still turn it up to like 550 royalties, but on the other European marketplaces you see it here, it is basically around 2 till 250, in Germany 260 per sale. And this is also not good, because hoodies were always a product where you often did not even need the advertising level that you had on shirts, for example, and of course the royalties always were exceptional here. I mean, we have to live with it. We can live with it, I think. I mean, when you see the numbers, of course, merch is for our account still very profitable. But on the other hand, you also have to say, when you're a smaller seller, when you don't have the sales right now, then of course this is also something that gives you a harder time, to grow and especially to make more and more earnings. Amazon Merch looks a little bit to me like it is like in a consolidation phase, so I hope this is the right word in English. So basically they evaluate now, what is working, what is not working, we could improve here, we can do it here. We see this basically since month from them, adding like colors automatically from their side. I think also making some listing changes here, also here with the new price cap. I believe them, when they say, probably they have some kind of statistic somewhere who says, hey, when we put down the price from, I don't know, 19.99 to 17.99, the conversion rate will be higher, like 5.5% or something like this. But of course it's not good for us sellers. When you're a bigger seller, of course I think you can still grow and you can make it bigger, and of course there are still the people who make like 4 figures or maybe some even 5 figures per day, so yeah, these accounts will continuously grow. But of course when you're a smaller seller, it's now a little bit harder to get on the same page of the earnings. And it's also shifting a little bit the whole focus from all the marketplaces to the .com, so to the US marketplace. It's for sure the biggest one, and prices and royalties are here still pretty good, and this is why people will of course more and more focus on the US marketplace. Nothing is lost at the point, even with this price cap. The problem is just that when you already sold very good in the EU marketplaces, shirts and pullover hoodies, you now have to you're forced to shift your focus, into the US market, for example, because here are the big bucks made. And tier ups is also a problem. We didn't have tier ups since I think May last year, so 10 months from now, or 10 months. And there are now the rumors and the speculation. There were also screenshots that last week or beginning of this week a few tier ups happened, especially for the lower accounts. To be honest, they look legit to me. It looks legit. Maybe there were a few tier ups, maybe also something that Amazon was testing. I'm not sure. With this price cap, they now have to process all the designs again and again, so a further delay, in the processing times, because hundreds, thousands, millions of products have to be processed again. And till this processing is not done, I don't think they give us more slots, so we can put our 5,000 slots a day into processing, and of course the slots from all the other people. So it's not a good message, for us as Amazon merch seller, I have to say. But after all, of course, you still have to continue. You will also see it in the numbers. We had like earnings from, I think, over 13,000 euros in the first 2 months. Maybe this will drop a little bit, but we talk here about probably 100, 200 euros per month, so it's negative, but it's not the end of the world in this case, So we will continue, and of course we will also keep you up to date. We priced usually our shirts at 80.99, now it's 70.99. Of course it's still a loss, and we also will begin to turn more focus on tank tops, for example, and also V-neck shirts, because here the earnings are still pretty solid. And then we see how it develops, and of course we will keep you up to date. So as I mentioned, not the best message, not a good message at all, but it's also not the end of the world. We have to continue, and after this evaluation phase of Amazon merch, I hope they also continuously start to give us, for example, more products to grow again. You don't have to forget that, for example, we got like a few months ago tumblers, and I think we sold, I don't know, a few hundred tumblers maybe at this point, and this is like extra money, we didn't have like a few months ago, and it can basically switch and turn very, very quickly. You know, it's just based on how the Amazon merge program then performs in the future. I talked a lot about the changes that Amazon made, so I decided to make the February earnings a little bit quicker compared to the other videos. So here on the right side, you can see the sales of the last month. We had 2,089 gross sales, 6,500 euro in earnings, and we had ad spend from around 2,600 euro, so nearly 4,000 profit, a little bit less, 3,883. And you can also see here the marketplaces. So US one is pretty strong. Also German marketplace is very, very strong. This was Carnival in Germany, so pretty big niche here. Also other European marketplaces performed very, very well. And when you see here the top sellers, you see Germany at the top and then also US. I mean, this is basically what you also see in the summary of the statistics here. And yeah, two main marketplaces, some of course US one the biggest one, and also the German one, our native marketplace. So it's then interesting to see how it performs over the next couple of weeks and months with the new price cap. Then we jump directly to the comparison of last year and this year February. So you see here 2024 and you see here the numbers I just showed you. So you can see here much more profit compared to last year. And also when it comes to organic sales, 2025 performed a lot better. I mean, this also has of course something to do with the events when they happened. Beginning of March, middle of March, you know, end of February, and all of this that moves the sales a little bit sooner or later. But yeah, February very, very strong compared to previous year. Also ad sales much stronger. I also realized that we spend a lot more compared to last year. I mean, I like it as long as we sell more. So 40% are coming from ad sales, from the total sales, and last year it was just 33%. The net margin per sale isn't that high. It's 3.10 euro. Last year it was 3.35, but advertising was a lot better this year. So you can see here, last year we spent like 14 cents extra for an ad sale compared to the earnings we make, and this year it was only 9 cents. I mean, it's just a very small difference, but yeah, when you calculate it to 2,000 sales and like 20,000 sales over the year, then of course it still has a big influence. And the return rate 13.27% last year February and 11.49% this year. So I would say a lot better, but I also have to say that the March that we are currently in, we are already at the 21st of March, and yeah, returns in March don't look so good, but we will see this in a later video. And then I also jump directly to the complete earnings for the whole year compared to the last one. So you see here royalties are up like 50%, so very positive. And also, as I mentioned, ads costs are a lot higher, but yeah, we sell more, so everything good. And also the profit is more than 30% higher compared to the last 2 months in 2024. Amount of designs here does not change much. Of course, we don't have really tier ups, so I completely ignore that for now. And you see here the total sales are also a lot higher, 57% compared to 51%, means we have a little bit less margin. And then the organic sales are 38% higher. This is also very, very positive. And ad sales 92% higher. This is positive because often, I mean, you can't see it somewhere, but of course it's often like that when you advertise a lot more. Some sales that you would make organically you made through ads, you know. So if ad sales are much stronger compared to the lost period, then it's often the case that it also influences at least a little bit, you know. You can't say the exact numbers, the organic sales here, and still both numbers grow, so very good. Then yeah, you can see here that 43% this year coming from ad sales, so pretty big numbers again. Feels a little bit like 2023, where we had here like 59%, so really high. And yeah, net margin per sale a little bit less, 12 cents, and also the costs per sale are less, 15 cents. So this negative, this is positive, and at the end of the day we really earn a few cents with every ad sale we make. So profitable with ads, very good. And the return rate is also 1.8% lower to the previous year. I mean, still high, 10%, but lot 1.8% is a lot. Yeah, it's more than 10%, you know, when you compare these two numbers together. So yeah, these are then our February earnings. I mean, I'm a little bit late with this video, I know, but yeah, overall the development also for this year is pretty positive, and I also hope for pretty positive news in the Amazon Merch program in the next weeks and in the next couple of months. I hope this video was interesting for you and you can take something from it. If you have now any questions, then put it down in the comments. We will answer, of course. Also, if you like this, then please leave a like and also subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any video in the future. It's just a click for you, but it's a big help for us to be shown also to other YouTube viewers. Thank you very much. I see you next time. Till then, bye.